So moving on from non-weight bearing wrist strengthening is bearing a little bit of weight through the wrist using weights. So kettlebells are great for that. You can also use dumbbells. Kettlebells really push it into extension a little bit, so we're using them here. Jack's going to show you a Turkish get-up, which also is nice because it works on shoulder stability. So you're going to push the bell up first, come through. Oops, I'm too close. Yep. Okay. So this time, can we slow it down step by step, Jack? Yep. Okay. So first, push the bell straight up, come up onto the elbow. Yep. Now raise up the hip. Oh yeah, up onto the hand, raise the hip up, and then slide your leg through into like a half lunge position. Now sit the trunk up and stand. So going back down, onto the knee, onto the hand, slide the leg through, and back down. One time even more slowly. And so to start, you've got your bent leg on the same side as the arm that's holding the kettlebell. Okay, so push the bell up onto the elbow. Good. Up onto the hand. Nice. Raise the hips. Pull that leg through. There we go. Straighten up. And now stand. And reverse it on the way down. So half kneeling lunge, hand, bring your leg through, elbow, down, down. Okay, so that's a Turkish get-up. You can use those to get into an overhead position with the kettlebell. Otherwise, we're just going to show you like an overhead kettlebell walk. You can do this with one kettlebell or two, just loading the wrists a little bit. Nice. And really fighting to keep the arms straight by the ears. Good. Okay. So then an overhead press with the kettlebell. So you'll start with them at the at shoulder height here, and then just nice and controlled, pushing them overhead. Yep. And then back down. Good. Let's do a couple more of those. And then a variation that gets a little more pressure into the wrist at the top is to bend your knees and use your legs to drive the bell up, like so. So at that kind of catch position at the top right there, you get a little extra like gravitational like resistance on that, on your wrist right there. Yep. Good. Okay. Next we've got four-way bear crawls, really focusing on wrist extension in between. So going sideways, yes, and like extending the wrist as much as you can on the steps. Same thing forward. Yep. And then obviously to the other side and backwards too. Okay. And then getting increasingly more difficult, so planche rocks. So you're gonna be in a push-up position, keeping the core nice and tight. Yeah, leaning out forward over the wrists and then back. Nice, core nice and tight. You can also increase the challenge by putting the lower body up on a ball and doing the same thing. And then, oh, thanks, Jack. Yeah, so like a big exercise ball would be great for that. You probably already do stuff like that. Okay, and finally, Jack's gonna show off his handstand skills with some handstand rockers. Okay, so you wanna be face in against the wall, and then hands are a little bit out away from the wall. And then you're gonna planche forward, trying to stay in a super nice hollow position. Jack's doing pretty well for not being a gymnast. And then come back into a nice tight arch position. Yeah, so working the back into the planche position. Good, really getting that wrist strength right there. Nice job, Jack.